Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie Abbey, and I'm a high school art teacher in Jamaica, Queens. I'm talking to you today because Trina asked me to share with you my journey and experience with my art teachers art club that I created at the beginning of our pandemic. It was quite the journey. And after the first year, I had to create a video to share the status and activities of the club with the UFT, who sponsors the club. So I'm going to share that video with you first, and then I'll come back and tell you about the second year of the club's activity. I'll see you soon. Hi, everyone. My name is Stephanie Abbey, and I am a high school art teacher, and I've been teaching at the High School for Law Enforcement and Public Safety in Jamaica for 17 of my just finished 18 years of teaching. I wanted to do this presentation because I'm pretty excited about the success that I've had with the Art Teachers Art Club that I established a year ago, right after the school year ended in June of 2020. You all remember how crazy that was, and we were thrown into quarantine and isolation, and it's hard enough being the only arts educator in my building, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. And I needed to reach out to other art educators and create a community online, since that was the only way that we could get together. So the way this all actually started is I was looking for a resource or a place to go to connect, to make art, to share ideas. And I was invited into the VAEA, which is the Virginia Art Educators Association. I had met some friends there on the Multiple Visions, is it Multiple Visions? Summer Visions PD a few years ago in Washington, DC, and kept in touch with these people, and they invited me into their weekly art making group, and it was phenomenal. The craze at the time was the neurographic drawing, and it was like wildfire across the internet. Everybody was doing it, and it offered peacefulness and mindfulness and creative exploration and just peace, you know? And so I got to thinking, well, if Virginia Art Educators Association has this kind of a club and they meet every week, why does New York City not have that? So I contacted Mario Asaro, who is the chair of NICADA, and I met him when I was awarded the 2016 High School Art Educator of the Year Award, which was mind-blowing. And so we talked about it, and he said, I don't know why it doesn't exist. Why don't you start it? So of course I kind of opened myself up for that. And amidst all the crazy, I decided, you know what, why not? It will give me something to do. It'll teach me more about networking and reaching out and technology and all these other things. So the first class that we posted was in July of 2020. And if you had told me then the success that we would have had in the whole first year, I would not have believed it. Mario was kind of cautiously optimistic, and the mailing list grew and grew, and volunteers stepped up to teach what they love and what they do, and we became a small group of regulars who increases every month depending on the lessons that we offer. And it has been absolutely so rewarding because it really gave me something to look forward to in terms of creativity, inspiration, learning new technological techniques, because I was teaching remotely this entire year, and I'm a hands-on person. I haven't done computer graphics in almost 20 years, and I had to learn the ropes all over again, as many of us did. And it was nice to have support from everybody who was in exactly the same boat. So I wanted to share my experience with you. In the following slides, you're going to see the incredible number of sessions that we have had, and all of our sessions are recorded and posted on the NYCATA UFT website. And I'm really proud of this endeavor, and I hope to keep it going. I really do. So take a look at what this year has been. And thank you, Mario, for your support. And for all of you who are part of the online community, thank you for helping me get through the past year, and I'm glad I was able to offer you something to help you as well. Stay safe.
Is a super student. He's 5 years old, and his mother, I did the neurographics with my little babies. So he presented this, which is a deck of cards his mother made.
Yes.
Memory game, and I'm trying not to take it personally at my age. And then his mother had him draw animals. It's hysterical. 2 of each animal. And guess what's on the back? The neurographic we did.
Oh, wow.
Neurographic. I don't know. Hang on. Let me turn my computer.
Wow. That's incredible.
Isn't this incredible? And it's a game, and she sent it to me, and I'm like, you are kidding me. So, I mean, this is a puffin fish. So he wrote the name, and then these are laminated. This is a cow. I mean, are these hysterical or what? I started crying when she sent it to me. And on the inside, there's information, and it said, it gives the inside of the, can you see? It gives the inside of the information. And then it said, Jeremiah had so much fun and joy in drawing lately that we wanted to find a creative way to share and ultimately memorialize his art. I mean, it's incredible, a 5-year-old did this.
What a
It
great
was just
idea.
a blast. Just a blast. I've learned so much from you guys.
Welcome back. So now I will share my journey of the second year of the Art Teachers Art Club. The first year was much easier because I was on quarantine and able to do everything from home. So you can imagine coming back into the school buildings the second year, how much less time there was, and there's a different kind of level of exhaustion when you're back in the school building in the physical environment and dealing with the kids all at one time and coming home. And so it would involve a little more work and more effort to get it done, but so worth it. The biggest thing that I've learned from this experience is networking counts, networking matters. It helped me get out of my comfort zone in terms of networking. I'd always hated networking. Even before I was a teacher, I was a graphic designer, and networking was the thing that I hated to do more than anything else. But doing it through this art club was easier than any other way I'd ever done it. And I got to meet the most fabulous people across the country and the globe, actually. You know, you take it for granted when you're on Facebook, connecting with these people, their names on a page, right? And you reach out and you talk to them, and it's just subconsciously you expect everybody to be in your neighborhood. You don't really think about where they are until they say, well, what time zone are you in, or what state are you in? And then you're kind of brought back to reality and remember Facebook is worldwide. It's a whole globe. And people started responding to my flyers and outreach for the club, literally from Australia and England and China and Hong Kong. And I was blown away because I never imagined that the reach would go that far. And there were people who wanted to participate in our art clubs and were not able because of the time difference. I even had reached out to someone at some point, Quentin Carpenter from England, who I had asked to run a lesson for us. Didn't realize he was in England, and that meant that if he wanted to run the session, he'd be up at 1, 2 in the morning, and I didn't realize, and I apologized, and he said, no, I'll do it. And that just blew my mind that somebody would actually do that for us. But that's what you start to realize when you reach out and talk to people who are in the same boat that we are in the art teachers, art educators community. We are all feeling like we need to connect with each other. And when we are asked, we do it because we know what it feels like to feel in isolation, especially if you're like me. I have been in the same school building. I just finished my 19th year teaching and 18 years in the same building. And all of those years, I am the only arts person in the building. And while I love my colleagues, it's still a very lonely existence for me because there's nobody in the building that speaks my language. So that was another really incredible benefit to starting this club and reaching out to people
just because they posted something on Facebook that I thought was mind blowing and fabulous, and oh my God, you have to share this with us because how do you do it? And I would love to do this with my students. And so you reach out and you meet great people who in the same spirit want to help you. And in helping me, they help themselves, and they generate excitement for what they're doing. And I get to share it with everybody. And all of the sessions that I chase people to help us with are posted on the NICATA UFT the YouTube channel. So any sessions that we do are recorded and it's public so that anybody at any time can go back and watch the videos that we had. And it's not only an instructional video, it's less that and more of a real sense of club and community, because we talk about what we're dealing with on a daily basis in terms of teaching and our environment and the kids and the challenges that we have. And we give each other suggestions and support and encouragement to just keep doing what we're doing, because I don't know how to turn it off. This is who I am. And the fact that I have been blessed and able to do this and meet so many great people is a benefit of having created this club. The greatest thing I could tell you that happened this school year was when I went to the NAEA convention in New York City this year. And I got to meet in flesh and blood many of the people who I've only known online through networking. When Trina created Online Art Teachers, I was part of it right from the very beginning, and that's how I knew of her name. And I shared all of my advertising for the club on her site. And so she knew of me. And then one day I walk into one of my workshops and I noticed this woman in the back of the room, and she's dressed in this fabulous artistic Santa Fe style outfit with a beautiful cowboy hat. And I'm like, could that possibly be Trina? And sure enough, she turned around and there she was, a real flesh and blood human being. And we hugged, and I was telling her how happy I was to meet her. And it's so exciting, all these people. I got to meet Matt Young, who also facilitated for us. I got to meet Jane Montero, who facilitated for us, and Cheryl Meal, who facilitated from all over the country, people. And it just feels really good to be part of this community. And any of us would do anything we could to help the other out. And that's what's really great about having created this group. So I suggest, if there's any way that you could create a group within your region or your county or your district, if you do it online, fantastic. If you can do it live and in person, we are not the only ones who need community and who need people to reach out to who speak our language, to share ideas and come up with new ideas together and bring it back to the classroom, or even incorporate it into our own personal art. That's another thing that was different this year, is that being in the classroom, I had less time and energy to focus on my own artwork, where last year, being home, I was able to do more of my own artwork because I was home, and the exhaustion, it was different. The energy expenditure was different. So it's always just good, if you have an idea and you want to reach out, I know somebody from my network who I can contact, or if somebody reaches out to me and asks, do I know somebody who could do X, Y, and Z? And I think about the people that I've come in contact with, and I say, well, I know this person, let me reach out and I'll let you know if they can help you. We are all in this together for the same exact reasons, and it has been so rewarding. It really, really has. And I continue to meet great people, and I continue to share great ideas. I think this year, being back in the classroom, I used so many of the ideas that I learned from the group being home and remote that I couldn't do while I was remote. And back in the classroom, I kind of had a creative project explosion this year because I've done things that I've never done before, and the kids really, really loved it. Feel free to go into YouTube and check out Nycata, Nycata UFT. And in that page, there's the Art Teachers playlist. And we must have almost 40 recordings at this point. You can watch any of them. And as I said, it's not kind of like a demo step by step, but there's also conversation. And it's kind of group therapy sometimes. But we all have ways of doing things, and they're not necessarily the same. And we share other ways of doing things. And I'm happy to learn things that I never knew before. And it's pretty special. And it has opened up so many new doors for me that I never expected that I would have in my life at this point. If you can do it, I highly recommend it. It gives me something to look forward to. And I always have another reason why I'm looking at all the art teacher pages and checking out other people's work, because it's encouraging. So if anybody has any questions and you'd like to reach out to me, I will let Trina know to give anybody my contact information. And I wish you all the best of luck. And please enjoy your summer, stock up on great ideas, make your own art, and have a wonderful, wonderful new school year in the fall of 2022. Stay safe, everyone.